We can start.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Alrighty.
Yeah, I've been asked to, many of you know, I don't know if most of you know, but many of you know that former supervisor Gary Edwards passed away recently. And in keeping with his wishes, he wanted nothing. He was cremated, no services. And I would just offer a moment of silence in remembrance of Gary Edwards, former supervisor. Thank you very much.
Alright, so I'm questioning why these two fine gentlemen sitting over there by themselves.
I was told to be here.
By anybody in
I
particular?
was technically the boss, twice removed sometimes.
Jason, or?
What's up?
That's what I'm
They
asking.
want to know I was here.
Oh, the branding, web design proposal.
I'm just to be here.
Both.
Anybody want to talk about that?
We could discuss that, answer any questions. I know that we've been corresponding with each individual. Figured in public forum we can answer any questions. So, okay.
I see you separated the publishing out of that, which I think, in my opinion, would be the best for right now. And then if we want to entertain that later, we could. I had asked the village if they would like to be involved with it as well and help share the cost. And I'm in favor of going forward with it. I think we need a program like this to help develop Massena, showcase it, and I'd make a motion that we proceed with the proposal. Bring the number up here. Minus the 12. Let me get Jason's email here.
While he's looking that up, I mean,
48.2 cents.
obviously, this is something we've needed. The airport is held by a different gentleman, I can't think of his name. Joe Moore. Our website we currently have is by somebody out west. We are pushing forward for our tourism, we're pushing forward with events. It's really comfortable for me to be able to pick up the phone or email Jason, and his vision, him and Nate's vision is second to none. And Jason and I have worked hand in hand on a few things, and if this will make it so much easier, whether it's fishing events, whether it's branding like Sam just said, I would love to see the village, an app. We've needed an app for this town for a long time. I've heard it over and over and over again. I mean, everybody goes to this thing, everybody has it. I would also like to see Boutique Air get on board. With their 2-year contract, they have to, part of that contract is $60,000 a year in marketing. I would like, if we do go this way, I would like to see if this board could get on board with the Boutique to see if they will pay part of this. I mean, this would help them also.
Have they been contacted?
Huh?
Have they been contacted yet?
They've been contacted, but Bernadette has moved on to another corporation, so that this time they don't have a marketing person. Mike is coming up the first part of June to, I think Steve knows about it, to sit down with us at the airport and go over who's going to be ahead of marketing and who's going to be covering that, because Bernadette moved on. So, and I worked hand in hand with Bernadette for a couple of years, and
Bernadette was very helpful.
she worked well with us. I mean, Boutique paid for half of that commercial we did with that grant money, so that was important. 15,000 and change, right, Brenda?
Right.
So I would like to also, I mean, that would be great if the village comes on board, and it would be great. It'd be great if Boutique came on board. It helped defray the cost. I mean, we've got promotional money, we've got high water money. We've got the 15,000 from Boutique, so there's money out there. And it would be so much nicer to have somebody locally to be able to pick up the phone again and just call him and say, hey, we need this, we need that.
Thought you said you didn't want Nate involved at all.
Well, I like Jason though.
Someone's gotta do the duty.
Okay, so Sam,
So I would make a motion that we proceed with a proposal by H3 Designs for branding strategy, logo design, website development, mobile app development, creation retainer, and flat rate web retainer for the $24,100 per year for 2 years. And with that, we look for allocation from Boutique, and the remainder, we wait for the village to see if they will split the remainder of that balance.
I'll second that, Sam.
So can you send that to me so I have all the proper wording? Thank you.
all those, or any more discussion?
It's a good thing. I think it's a very good thing.
And keep
And
in
open up
mind,
a lot.
I believe Jason said that with this package, they're gonna probably hire somebody, right? Is that true? So it's another job for somebody
Yeah.
in the IT
Technically,
world,
he's hiring me.
huh?
Technically, he's hiring me.
So two.
So two.
Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstentions, so carried. Thank you very much. Welcome aboard. We get to work, would you?
Uh-oh, Jason. Now you're gonna
There you
hear from
go.
me a lot.
About the bit.
So when will this take effect? When will this take effect?
Yes.
Because we want to get started. We want to
Yeah.
start branding strategies. We want to get this all ready. Actually, the upcoming events that are coming up, like the Costa tour, the Bassmasters, all those
Glass
things,
blowout.
we want to get some of those assets, you know, going out, getting pictures of the fishermen, going to the campgrounds this summer, pooling a lot of the people from the campgrounds that are tourists, finding out why they came here, you know, and grabbing that information. That's going to be part of this, and using that to develop something that we can market and go forward with. And it's, like I said, a 2-year, it's going to be something that we're going to keep growing with, so.
I think it's a great question, Brenda, because you asked me earlier about, because the payment for the airport website is coming due. I would like to, now, I think Natalie touched base with that gentleman before, and he said he was and maybe Jason did too, he was willing to turn over the, what's the word I'm thinking of, the rights to the
The domain.
domain, rights to the domain, so I would really think that we would pursue that sooner than later, so we're not paying him, and it's all incorporated through Jason.
Okay.
The other thing in the future we might want to consider is, with a logo, is copyright protection. I know that's not included, that's like another $5,000 or $6,000. And then if somebody wants to print, we can maybe work out something with them to go ahead, or we can print things for the chamber, maybe sell them at the visitors
Absolutely.
site at the Seaway or whatnot, and start having some type of recognition by somebody wearing clothing or a hat or whatever, and help promote what's in it more.
Those swag places they've been to.
Yeah, yeah.
And to put my chamber hat on, that's one thing that the chamber has been really pining for. We kind of went in a direction with some sort of branding, but we needed to have the town have a direction. We would jump on. We want all to be on the same page.
Yeah.
So we haven't had that, I'll be honest. We haven't had like one direction we were going, kind of going a couple directions. So,
I think it's gonna be a win-win, especially for it being a 2-year project. It gives a lot of time to work ahead.
Okay.
So we are going to do this with or without the village. Either way, we're doing this.
We're doing,
Okay, so we're just going to, thank you.
but we're gonna not tell the village that we're gonna go with it. And then they come to a meeting and give us half the money and
Okay.
then we're all set. So John, if you could delete that from the video, please.
I'm just gonna let the village know.
Of course. So up next, Walt Mean
Sure,
from the
if I
code
may,
office.
hand out a packet to each of the council members.
Sweet, we got pictures.
Yes.
Would we have them? We can always just. Here's the only one we got.
Thank you.
You want to forward that to Bob, Andy, and Ron?
Hello, thank you.
I'm sure they'll be cheating.
Okay,
They know.
thank you for allowing me to speak. I have a packet presented to you, and some of the language in there is verbatim of the code, and the packet is our actual letter or order letter. The copy of the code is behind that, and then the violation, and then there's pictures of the property that we're going to discuss that are updated as of today. The issue is 2241 State Highway 420. The property owner is Jeffrey Rush, and we have a violation that's been ongoing in this property. It's been open since last October for property maintenance. The place is a mess, basically. We've also had a fire there, a structure fire. I think you're well aware of the property. So we issued a violation back in October, and it's all dated, chronologically in the paperwork you have there. The owner started to work on it a couple weeks later, and then stopped, and nothing's happened since then. Can't get a hold of the guy or anything like that. So, so now we're going to go move ahead as per the code and issue an order the town clean up the property. So if you'd like, I'll read the letter verbatim. It says, I, Walter Bean, a duly sworn code enforcement officer for the town of Massena, do hereby order the town of Massena to dispose of all litter, garbage, rubbish, waste, and junk scattered about and stored in large piles on the property located at 2241 State Highway 420, commonly known as JJ2 Sales, owned by Jeffrey Rush. The order is for non-compliance by the owner after official notification by registered letter signed by Mr. Rush on 6th of November 2018. On 15th of November 2018, as I spoke before, the owner started to clean up the property, and no further progress has been made by the owner to clean up the property. This order is part of the town code, chapter 151 under littering, and subsections 151.9, responsibility of the owner to maintain premises, and subsection 151.10, the enforcement procedures, which we're using section B, is highlighted in the packet I have for you. So I'd be happy to answer any questions you have. Or...
No movement,
Yes.
Please. Thank you.
no
Excuse-
movement since the initial.
No, sir. And a little extra information, the fire department was called to a possible fire to the place just recently. And what was happening was someone was using a burn barrel, burning items inside the building because there was a burn ban, thinking that no one would see it happening. But so then we went there, and we took care of that. And there was also subsequent information that the owner was being sought out by law enforcement, and he was unlocatable. We have not been able to locate him and speak to him, so
So we don't even know if he's in the scene.
I have no idea. Could not
I
answer.
guess would be no.
Well, how, Eric's not here yet, but how would we notify the owner that we're going to do it? I wouldn't just want to show up.
The owner has already been notified by virtue of the violation, okay, and all the information, as well as the copy of the code, is in there. So it's up to them to purview the all the information that they receive.
I'm just concerned about if our employees showed up at the scene
All right.
without letting them know.
If you would like, I'll give you some examples of what we do in the village, although it's different, but typically the code enforcement officer will show up with the DPW and sometimes the police department, and with the order there, and if there's any disagreement, that it's all right there in writing.
There's been issues with the resident or the owner of the property when it comes to the fire department when they go there, hasn't there? Been some heated arguments and discussions. And
I'm not aware of anything, but that does not mean there couldn't be.
I was told there was.
Is
What
there
is the
any-
material? Is it mostly metal?
No, it's all kinds of material. It's metal, it's tires, it's just paper, wood, everything.
What about concern for cleanup with
Well,
safety for our employees?
Right,
like
and then
hazmat
you're
or
not gonna be able to
something
take
like that?
metal, wood, and rubber tires all in the same truck. It's all gonna have to be separate. So it's an enormous job.
Absolutely it is. I don't disagree. I'm merely stating
Yep.
what, the code is.
So not having this brought before this board before, obviously the cost of the cleanup by our staff would be put on the taxes, correct?
If they don't pay it.
If they don't pay it, right? Then if that goes into foreclosure, then what happens? I'm not, I want to be clear on this because I'm not sure what happens then.
Yeah, that's something that I think that we'll have to talk to Eric about.
Yeah, if he's not gonna pay to clean up his own property, he's not gonna pay for us to clean it. And like you say, well, he could be on the land.
Okay, so then I think it would happen, and I guess I would need the attorney, but, and maybe you wouldn't know how it works here in the village. I know it's a little different, but I would think that even if it goes to foreclosure, that price would be added, because the county won't pick this up. It has nothing to do with it, right?
No, what
You can't,
what information I have is whatever is levied under the taxes, that remains there with the property. Even if it goes to county auction for delinquent taxes, it's still levied onto the tax bill.
the cost of us cleaning.
Yeah, whatever
Okay.
you're levied.
So the town goes in, cleans it up. Okay, now that's taking our people away from our roads, of our
Yep.
business,
Absolutely.
and tying them up for how long? We don't know.
I have no
That's a lot.
idea.
That's a
If you're
big-
gonna have to separate it,
No
could be there a
idea.
week.
There is another option. As far as the code enforcement, we are ordering it cleaned up
Right.
because of the code compliance. The way it gets cleaned up, there other options are contracting it out, that type of thing.
But the town's still gonna pay for the bill.
What's that?
The town still pays the
Yeah,
bill.
yep.
Yeah, but we can get our money back.
Well, in hopes to get
Maybe.
it back.
Well, maybe.
Well,
It's
and,
not a
you know, that's-
guarantee.
Right, but I think we owe it to the residents of the town to keep the town
I agree with
cleaned
you.
up. I mean, I don't,
Hello?
I don't think that we should just let it go. But
Meeting.
It's gonna-
there's an
All right.
It
order.
doesn't look like it's a drop spot
Huh?
that people are using to just at night get rid of
Okay.
trash or anything like that. It
No.
looks like it's the same.
I don't know where, I've heard a rumor of something, but we can't verify it, so. Yep.
I agree, you can't, we're trying to clean this place up, I mean, we gotta continue to move forward. And, I mean, we can't talk about the other ones there's some
There's-
others in process right now
There's
that
several
are,
properties that are.
that
in
I've
the same
been
boat.
approached by town people on and very, very adamant that it gets cleaned up, and the code guys are working hard on those. So, we just can't allow, I mean, there's people bringing in trailers, you just can't do that, you can't allow it, or it's just gonna get worse, it's gonna progress.
So, right now, there's no tax due on that property, so it's gonna be 4 years, if taxes weren't paid today, right, it'd be another 4 years before it was actually foreclosed on by the county, so there might be a possibility of, charging the taxes and getting that back before it was foreclosed on. We might not have the opportunity to get that back.
There was, there was information that I received from talking with one of the financial institutions here in the village in regards to the property, that it was supposedly going to be going up for auction here soon. I don't know.
From the bank.
From the county. But I can't verify that.
It says right here, no tax due.
Yeah, then,
2241 State Highway 420.
well,
I think we're a little hesitant because Eric's not here to see if it's, but I mean, listening to, I think these guys are working hard to make this a
why don't
better
you
place.
Make a motion and we'll have, contingent upon Eric.
I absolutely make a motion that we move forward, and to clean this property up, contingent on speaking to our attorney. And, I want to thank the code officers for doing their job and working hard at getting this town in compliance, because there is more down the road, trust me, there's a lot of people complaining about properties.
I do have, for the board's info, I do have some pictures, not for every member, but from the original complaint. And you can basically see it before and after, when they supposedly started cleaning it up. I mean,
There was a lot more debris closer to the road.
Yep, it looks like they pushed it back.
Okay. Motion out there? Anybody?
Second?
Seconded by Sam Carbone. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? So carried. All right. Discussion regarding the highway crew?
I was approached about a month ago. The highway crew would like to go to 4 10-hour days. I guess you call them during the summer months, from Memorial Day to Labor Day. They would work Monday through Thursday and be off on Friday. I guess I'm looking for the board's approval to go ahead and do this. Obviously, there's no contractual language in their contract, so we'd have to have an MOU written up that they would have to sign. I don't know what else to really
Well,
say, but
You and I talked,
Yeah.
and we were gonna have, suggested a 1-month period.
period, the trial period.
Check it out.
Yeah.
If that's fine,
Yep,
then
if
the
it
end
works
of
for
the
a
year,
month,
or end of the
year,
summer.
reevaluate it at the end of the summer.
And then negotiate,
Yep.
whatever, but, yeah, we'd have to do, talk to Mickey
Yeah.
about the Teamsters, about an MOU to try this. I don't think that-
I think it's a good thing.
I do too, and as soon as that email was put out to this board, I called Frank, and one of my concern was, what if the county says we're paving on Friday? And his answer to me was, the county does not pave on Friday, so it will not hold up any road work, right? Is
The
that what you told
county,
me?
the county works 4/10s during summer.
So-
We're one of the only township around here, basically besides the village, that doesn't go to 4/10s in the summertime.
And the other,
There's a lot of local communities around that do. And I think they work hard all winter. I think this is a nice thing to do for them.
that's exactly where it is, and as hard as they get and dedicated
this
during the
winter.
winter, I think this is a good little plus for them to have a 3-day weekend, and I would be in favor of moving forward with this and pursue the MOU to go to 4 10-hour days.
We would, on July 4th week, they would work.
They would work 4
4 8s.
8-hour days. And
And
the
also-
July 4th and the Labor Day work week, they would work 4 8-hour days for 40
Well,
hours,
the-
because they already got the holiday. And
Yeah, Labor Day,
Labor Day, we're done.
we're done.
We're done.
So they're going back.
So it's two holidays.
But
You've
Memorial
got the
Day,
nuts and the bolts.
Memorial Day,
figured out.
obviously the first week we would have it, they would have to work, they would already have Mondays off anyways, so they would work 4 8-hour days.
and we're not concerned about if there's an emergent need on a Friday.
It's no different than a Saturday. If we have a storm, we got trees on the road, we call them in. I don't have trouble getting these guys to come in. So Friday would be treated the same way. We've already talked about it. If there's something happens, I gotta have somebody come in, they said, we'll come in. I mean, we control them half the year, we gotta kinda, at some point.
Yeah, we have a lot of new people too with not
Yeah,
that much vacation
yeah.
time.
And they agree with, we'll try it for the month, if everything's okay, then we'll reevaluate it at the end of the summer. If it's something they wanna continue, then we need to,
And-
work on getting into the contract.
We can have them take sick leave and vacation by hours.
Yes, everything would be by hours.
Do you need a motion?
Well, I have one other question. So, is there assistance needed during the fishing tournaments? Is
Yeah.
that gonna be a Friday?
Yeah, there's gonna have to be some in-kind service, yes. In that case right there, most of the work has to be, in-kind service is gonna have to be through Louisville, because Louisville does the O&M, right? Is that what it's called, O&M? Through NIPA, at the intake and the beach. But I had talked to Frank already, and I told him some in-kind service is gonna be requested. And he felt that in September, well, it's
We're done.
September, and
Yeah.
FLW is
Yeah.
done,
We're
but,
done.
so,
Okay.
he didn't see an issue with it. So,
Go ahead.
I'll put that in the form of a motion that we go to this proposal for the 7 months.
I'll second it, Pam.
Contingent upon that MOU agreement with Teamsters.
Ah,
I heard that.
all right, any further discussion? This is contingent upon signing an MOU with the Teamsters, right? Okay. All righty, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstentions, so carried. I'm gonna hold off on the purchase offer till Eric gets here. All right, authorizing, I'm looking for a resolution for the, authorizing the town supervisor to sign a letter written in support of the Village of Massena's Downtown Revitalization Initiative application.
So moved.
Second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
He's low.
Aye, opposed, abstentions, so carried.
Now, on that note, Mr. Supervisor, can we, some of us be here tomorrow at 2 o'clock for the picture? There's
Tomorrow at 2, up front.
out front tomorrow at 2. I know we have a couple of people that still work on this board, but our staff will be there though.
What are you
right?
saying?
You can Skype me in if you want.
Right?
Yeah.
Our staff will be, are you gonna allow our staff to be there?
Which ones?
All of them.
Highway crew?
Actually, yeah, that wouldn't be, actually, we should go to the highway and get a picture of them with the, maybe a couple dump trucks. I'll take care of that tomorrow.
Good luck with that.
Show up in the
You want
morning.
4 10-hour days?
Well,
You'll be
that's
taking a
what
picture.
They'll run when they see the camera, so.
No, just the girls.
Yeah.
All righty. I'll put that in your capable hands, Councilman Miller.
I'll take care of that. And I'll go to the airport too and get that group.
Okay. All of them?
All 3 of them.
Yeah. We're also looking for a resolution supporting the St. Lawrence County Planning Board's plan for bus shuttle service within Massena and authorizing the town supervisor to sign the support statement verification. As you know in the packet, they're looking to have a bus service in and around Massena. Does anybody have any questions?
There's quite a few stops. Very nice.
I think
And
it's,
it goes into the reservation also and does a 2-hour loop.
I think it's wonderful.
I think so
Do you
too.
need a motion, sir?
Yes.
So moved.
Second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstentions, so carried. We'd like a resolution for a declaration of surplus property. In this case, a 2002 Chevrolet half-ton single cab pickup truck. The mileage is 99,640. Are you sure it's not 642?
What's that?
The mileage, 99,642, I think.
No,
the
no,
last time.
640. I just took all the mileage down.
Mint condition.
Yeah, it's a written.
For the record.
We'll be ordering the invitation for bids of the surplus property under the following terms and conditions. We're looking for a minimum bid of $1,000, sold as is, where is, and it's a sealed bid process. Wow.
Bids are due by May 28th, 4 PM.
May 28th.
Question,
You
Mr.
said bids
Supervisor.
are due by May 28th, right?
Yes.
You said bids are
Due
due,
by-
thank you.
It is on our website too.
It's on the website. I've been working with Natalie and Pam, and we're putting everything we can when it comes to openings, business, bid proposals. We're trying to use our website as much as possible, which should roll in good with you guys.
So moved.
Second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstentions, so carried. We're looking for a resolution authorizing hiring Logan Brothers, James Donnelly, Matthew DeRushy, and Jacob Brothers as temporary summer help for the town highway department and Messina Airport.
So moved.
Al,
Yep.
second by Melanie. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstentions?
Aye.
What?
I abstain.
Okay. One abstention. Same.
I abstain because their parents were my employment, so to avoid any controversy, I abstain.
Okay. We're looking for a resolution opposing New York State Senate Bill 4253 and New York Assembly Bill A722, which is an act to amend the environmental conservation law in relation to making contests, competition tournaments, and derbies to take wildlife unlawful.
So moved.
Second.
Melanie seconded. Any further discussion?
You want to talk about it? What's he
No,
talking about?
I'm good, I'm glad we're gonna do this. And I would hope that the town clerk would get this sent out to the people that's on the bottom of this ASAP.
Sure.
Because this is, everybody in St. Lawrence County is pretty much doing the same resolution.
Yeah.
Alrighty, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstentions, so carried. Tom, do you want to take number
Yep.
6 there?
Over the last 2 weeks, we have attended, when I say we, I mean this, all of us as a group have attended the county, 2 meetings of the county. Charlie was at the last one, it was over a 3-hour meeting. Tonight, I would just want to, for the record, publicly thank the St. Lawrence County legislators, the complete board. They voted in favor of sponsoring our fishing tournaments at the amount of $15,000.
That high water money?
That came out of their high water money. Don Meisner and myself attended both meetings. We spoke at the first meeting, and Don spoke at the last meeting very little. There was only 2 questions, and real simple questions, and it passed unanimously. So I want to personally thank Nicole Terminelli, our county legislator here in Massena. She sponsored the resolution, and the board, to pass it unanimously, I thought it was a great thing. And I also want to thank the county legislators for their vision. They had moved to put a person through the St. Lawrence County Chamber, and the position is called Tourism and Events Director. I'm not sure exactly what it is, maybe Nate knows. But it's gonna be paid for through, I believe, NIPA money, Sam, so you might not be able to vote on this. But I just wanna thank them for their vision on that, because that should bring the county together, and especially the River District. Like I said to the county legislators up there, this isn't about Massena taking it from anybody else. It's gonna take a whole River District to improve our tourism. So again, I just wanna thank the county legislators for voting and supporting the town of Massena at the sum of $15,000 for 2019 fishing tournaments.
Are you looking for us to send a letter, or what are you doing?
Absolutely, and I will be, if this board approves, I will be inviting each and every one of them to the FLW. Personally inviting them in a personal invitation so that they know that they're invited to our event for the FLW. But I would love a letter.
Will you write it?
Sure, I'll write it.
You want me to write it?
Absolutely. You get paid big dollars, man. But
So
again,
is that a motion?
yes.
Second.
Okay. Seconded by Al. Councilman Nicola. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, abstentions, so carried. You'll notice that Brenda had sent out adjusted transfers and amendments. Have everybody got that?
So move. I move the transfer amendments be approved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstentions, so carried.
I move the warrant signed by Councilman Nicola and myself today at the tune of almost $800,000 be approved.
So, second.
You mean deputy supervisor.
Deputy Supervisor, my bad.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstentions, so carried. You'll notice that in your email or on the OneDrive, there's the financial reports from April, revenue and expense reports, and the year-to-date fund summary. Frank, could you talk a little bit about the,
As you know, the town of Massena changed how we do spring cleanup. We went, I'll give you the history. When I first started back in 2010, we went, I called door to door, which took 2 weeks. And then we went from 2013 to 2018, where we sat up at the transfer station and the residents brought their refuge and garbage, I shouldn't say garbage, refuge to us, and we helped them unload. And this year, we went to a coupon in 2019, a coupon that could be picked up by the residents or taxpayers, the town of Massena, which basically it's like going to the dump on a Saturday. You bring up your refuge, you hand them the ticket, and the coupon, you go in, come out way, and obviously the town pays for that refuge that's dropped off. Been a lot of positive feedback from people that are using it. They like it. There's been a lot of positive feedback from the county at the transfer station. It's working very well. People know what to do, and people are we handed out a lot of information when they picked up their coupons. Basically what we take and don't take as a town of Massena, a brochure about the transfer station, all the stuff that people don't realize, a TV, a washing machine, a microwave, clothing, mattresses, 360, or not say 365 days, but year round, we'll take those for free. People didn't know that. They didn't know their hours. So that's the guy that told me ran the scale, that's helped a lot of people out. They didn't realize they could get rid of all that stuff. So it's been very positive, I guess, so far. Up to date, we have taken in 57 loads, total weight of 27,520 pounds, 13.76 tons. And it's basically, right now, our cost is $1,586. When we started this, when I started here back in 2010, we spent $47,000. And when we went to setting up and you bring it, we went to $12,000. And this year we budgeted $4,000 for this program. And people are still getting rid of their refuge. It's like coming up there.
right, they've got through the end of
And they got the end of May, through the end of May. So,
And I think we need to commend the Renell and Taya from
Yes.
the tax office.
Yep.
They volunteered to issue the
coupons. Yep.
coupons.
So,
So they're
Nice.
making an extra effort. So
Yep.
I think it's great.
Yep.
And, you know, the county transfer loves it because it's,
you're gonna get hit with a large,
All at one time, yeah,
tonnage
it's
all
nice
at
to have the
once.
whole.
Plus it
fair
gives,
amount.
right now, it gives the residents and taxpayers, instead of 2.5 days, it's giving them, 31 days roughly, to get, somebody's always got something going on, so.
yeah, but
It'll be interesting to see how the numbers are toward the end of the month, if they pick up a little bit more.
well, and the fact too, that it also saves our employees.
Sure, our employee, we're out, this year we've had a couple of things that were unexpected. We had a culvert pipe fail at State Highway 37C, which we had to take care of. We had a culvert pipe fail at the mall. It goes across the road that we had to take care of. We had a washout over on Shoreline Drive because of a water leak. There's a lot of things that would have been put on the back burner, and trying to get all that done, it's helped.
They weren't on Fridays, though, right?
Huh?
They weren't on Fridays, though, right?
No. So, and it's, we're out, doing things that are more productive, I guess. So,
Yeah, it's great. Good work, Frank.
Thank you.
Good work.
He thought of that all by himself. All right. Any other committee reports?
I'll just, we just talked about spring cleanup. Obviously, I told you we had some issues with some culvert pipes which have been repaired. Shoreline Drive has been repaired. And on the next few days, obviously with Memorial Day coming up, we're gonna put a big concentration on getting the cemeteries cleaned up, mowed, get the brush out of them. That's what we'll be doing for the next 3 or 4 or 5 days, along with all the other mowing that we normally do. We're gonna try to catch up on. At the airport, as you know, we have a retirement going on at the highway garage. An employee at the airport is going over to the highway. So we have an opening, so we have picked 2 individuals to interview. The first interview is tomorrow, and the next one is next Tuesday. Hopefully we'll have somebody picked for that position before the next board meeting. Taxiway project will start around June 15th, phase 2. At the bottom of the sheet, you'll see that the fuel truck bids are due this Friday, and the airport fence project bids are due this Friday. We had a pre-bid meeting on the airport fence project last week, and the field house roof bid project are due the 24th, and the ARF truck is due on June 5th for that bid package. Did get some feedback from CNS. The DOT has finally approved the parking lot project. They hope to have that bid package together and ready to go out to bid June 1st. So we're getting down there schedule-wise. And also, boutiques numbers are back up where they kind of were last fall, last summer. We're back up to that 800 or what is that? 833. That's we're kind of around that 833, 850. So the numbers have come back up. And FAA inspection for the airport will be the 28th, 29th, and 30th of this month.
When's tabletop?
22nd, next week.
Next week.
Yep.
One of the other things that I just revisited today when I talked about putting the water districts, or the areas in the town that aren't in the water districts. Trying to have a committee forum to talk to the village again about moving them to the town so that we can move them into the district. There's a price difference. And volunteers to kind of spearhead that, so. Email went today to village and town, so hopefully we can bring that to a conclusion. Anything else with the committee reports?
Just on the airport, the sign on the terminal, the sign out front on the terminal road,
Yes, we're gonna fix that.
that's gonna,
We're gonna have to replace it.
Replace it.
The 6x6s are, it's from the accident that happened
Yeah.
last year. They're split. We're gonna have to, probably gonna end up building a sign like we built over here for the museum.
okay,
So yeah, it's gotta come down.
okay,
It's a hazard.
yeah. Now, in a case like that, and then, I know MED goes after people that hit their poles, could we go after their insurance?
I never got any information from anybody. I never got a report from the troopers or anything. That was 2 winters ago now.
Because MED has, I asked this question at the MED meeting, and Lori, help me out, Lori, said that they do this, and she has a copy of that. I don't know if we could go after their insurance, because he hit that pole, he hit
Yeah,
that.
you hit the sign first.
He hit the sign first, then the pole, so I don't know if we could pursue, or would it be worth pursuing? I think it would,
It might be.
and see if we can get their insurance to pay for their new sign. And the lease for the hangar, is that done?
Eric's got it.
Eric's got it, okay. I didn't know where it was. And don't forget the car show is August 24th at the airport, open house, car show, and vendor show.
Yeah. And Pat's working on the safety.
Yep. See, you signed that, right? The
Yeah.
safety thing?
Yep.
Okay. The rescue squad, I think we need to go in executive session about personnel issue. It'll be quick. And Sam and Mel, where are we on moving the hearse out of the fire station?
With the museum,
Huh?
as far as I know, at the last meeting, they were waiting for the official word to have it completely moved.
Who's the official word supposed to come from?
I would believe from the fire station to Joe.
Well, then that would be the village, because,
That they
So you want
no,
Matt
they-
Labeer?
They have an area set up where they are going to move it to.
okay, so you want me to ask Matt Labeer to give the museum official letter, not just we would like it moved in a reasonable amount of
It's
time?
been hearsay, it hasn't been official, it's been just hearsay. They need a date when they need it moved by, a concrete date.
Okay, I'll get a hold of Matt.
Right?
Rick, company from Governor that is going to put the new roof on had a job at Clarkson which is coming to a close. So we have the material. The material is in Massena, it's ready to go, and they'll begin work soon. They will strip the old roof and put the new roof on.
It's gonna be a lot of work.
Yeah.
Good.
Also with that too, though, the door project is gonna start, they think, next week, 2 hours.
Next week.
So they're gonna get all brand new doors through the, uh, what's that?
The front entrance.
Yeah, that project, so all new outside doors.
What about the New York Power Authority lighting thing?
Oh, that was updated, and Mike McCabe said that he signed something last week, and verbally they said that all new lighting will be done by the time ice goes in. So that's gonna be huge too.
Great.
I just want to point out that the rescue squad is having their radiothon on May 27th from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. and they are always looking for volunteers also.
Anything else, library?
The library, they have an upcoming 5K on June 22nd at the Nature Center geared towards reading, and they're having their summer reading kickoff program for children. And as always, they got a ton of stuff going on there: knitting, sewing, movies, concerts, iPad classes, iPhone classes. They have a bunch of stuff going on. I recommend people stop in and see what they have.
Saturday at the movies?
Just for a little bit, because they're going into summer hours in the first week in June, and they will not be open on Saturdays.
Yeah, they have a lot of information on their webpage.
Yes.
If anybody has the opportunity.
Mel, did they get that machine that
Well,
converts
seen
8
the
millimeters
library.
over
They're
to?
working on it.
They're still working on
They're
it?
still working on setting up that room.
Because I was asked, I didn't know.
Yep.
One more thing on the library, we did finish up the sidewalk project, we got the paving in done today, and we got the landscaping done, so that's completed for that, so.
All right, so we will have an executive session afterwards, but if we want to have a
I've got something from the chamber.
chamber.
So June 1st and 2nd will be the garage sale days for the town. I have had a couple questions from some residents that it may appear that there's a town code that they should be filing for a permit for a garage sale of $25. And we've been doing this for a couple years now, and I wasn't aware of this, so I wanted to make sure.
It's,
Village, yeah.
if I may address the board, it's not necessarily for garage sales, but it's a,
Vendor.
you can have a vendor, like a fruit stand or a
So
farm
everyone's
stand.
cool.
They have to, it's a temporary thing that goes through the town clerk's
So they can
office.
sell their tchotchkes still.
Yeah.
Okay, because we do get a lot of people coming into town that weekend, so we wanted to make sure that no one was gonna get violated or
This is
anything.
gonna be a village and a town.
It's a town-wide, yeah, it's
I
town.
think
In fact, we
should
get a lot of
wait
people,
for that
Louisville, and
occasion.
we get Louisville, Raymondville, and also Brazier, over in Brazier, so.
Yeah, well,
There is no fee, it's for a vendor, right?
No, we have garage sale. Well, they do have to supposed to get a garage sale permit, but there is no fee.
Great.
Okay.
It's just a process, so I think.
So can I fill out like a mass one
Yeah,
or
I was gonna say,
something?
go
I
townwide
think for that
garage.
occasion, we should wait.
I just wanna make sure we weren't doing anything.
Is this for extended period of time?
Since when did that?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah, it's like
I always
2
ask,
weeks.
ask for
Yeah, the
forgiveness.
most-
There you go.
The village has one too, but they have
Pam,
not written.
Okay.
Pam, I think we need looking at, I think that's if the garage sale is to last an extended period of
So many
time.
days.
You're talking about weekend garage sales, I don't think there's a permit.
Questioning the town clerk?
I,
Well, what happened was-
so if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I thought it was
No,
for an
it's
extended
okay.
period of time.
No, it was moved. We have permits that we issue to residents of the town, because you're only allowed to have 2 garage sales, no more than 5 days consecutive, and twice a year. There is no fee.
5
But we
days
have a
consecutive.
permit just to keep track of, because some people have every single weekend.
That's what I was talking about, the
Yeah.
5
I
days
can see a
consecutive.
sign like
Yes.
that.
But there's no fee, and the village kind of has the same thing, but they have no written permits they issue.
Average is 7 AM to 10 PM.
There's probably
Ours-
a timeframe on
Yeah,
it.
no,
We don't
Five days.
10 p.m. We close around 5. I think most people are just gonna close at 5, but.
But they do have vendor permits. Yeah. That
Okay.
there's a fee.
Cool, thank you.
just one more thing back to spring cleanup, so everybody, if you pay school taxes to the town, or to the Massena School District, but you live in Norfolk, that doesn't mean you pay town taxes, so you don't get to go to the dump on the town's tag.
Exactly.
Okay, because there's some confusion there. People are arguing about that. If I live on the Combe Road, I go to Massena Central, but I pay Norfolk taxes. So you don't, you don't pay town taxes, so you don't get to go to Massena Spring cleanup, or Massena,
There's been some confusion there.
people have asked, and
Yeah.
there's been some arguments at the window down here over that, so.
If I may address to the council one more time on the code enforcement issue, I guess a matter of clarity, and I know I spoke to the supervisor about this before, but I'll let the rest of the council know. With the town code, there's a lot of areas that are zoned residential agricultural. And some of the issues that we're enforcing right now is the property maintenance issue where a farmer may have a farm and they think it's okay to, well, I'm a farm, I can have everything scattered all over the place. It has to be limited to agricultural items, okay, tractors, things of that nature. But still, unsightly messes is part of the code, and all the other stuff, okay, has to be still maintained to code, so. If the council members get complaints on that, I'm sure they have,
Yeah.
we're working on them as well, so.
Okay. Have you guys gotten a lot of complaints on horse manure lately?
I spoke with the supervisor about this as well. Yeah, it's,
Obviously, the Amish have bought a lot of property up onto the Rue Road, Cary Road, and
well, I think the issue is,
in the Hall Road.
see, the issue, there is a code that does specify, has the terminology manure in it, okay? The problem is, it's a broad code, and legally, any mess, like a farmer tractor's tires putting mud on the road, a horse, dog, anybody, a pickup, a vehicle, whatever, technically that's against the code. So the issue becomes, how do you enforce that?
Right. Yep.
And, so,
Because if I was walking my dog downtown and went to the bathroom on the sidewalk, I'm supposed to pick that up, and I could get in trouble for that, right, if somebody. But I don't think that happens with horses.
now some cities, in Canada and in the US,
I don't know, I'm just getting a lot
they
of
have
phone calls.
actual codes that address if you're gonna be traveling with animal like that, you have a bag or you gotta pick it up.
The phone calls are starting to get more and more about, what are we gonna do about horse manure, so.
Another big hazard too is the grass clippings on the road with motorcycles. That's
Yes, and that is
Oh,
against,
really?
they're not allowed to do that. But it's trying to.
How do you enforce it all?
We have that in the village as well. There's, on this issue of the manure, there's been discussions in other municipalities in the county, and they just basically, have chose that, how do we enforce it so they don't deal with it?
Yep.
So it's a real hard issue,
It's
so.
a tough issue.
Alrighty. So
Scenario handling.
we'll be going to executive session, so if the public wants to comment, according to the new rules that,
Comment on agenda stuff.
anything.
We'll see if I do it right. Hi, my name is Gina Snyder. I'm at the Blue Spruce Motel. I was just wondering what kind of weed killer that we use at our airport or around in our town, if we use Roundup, or if it contains this glyphosate.
I don't know, we don't do it, we hire somebody who is certified and trained in doing that.
To do the, okay.
Yeah, but I can tell you what we use, I can get you that information.
Thank you.
Because when we use it at the airport, everybody that lives in that area is notified by letter that we are gonna be spraying.
Well, I want to save you a lot of money. Okay. My father and I and Michael are opening up an apiary over at the golf course. We're going to have bees, honeybees over there, and we're working on saving the bees because right now we're getting really, really cold up here, and our bees aren't making it. Like all the people that are producing honey, we're having a hard time. But you can breed bees like you can dogs. And you can acclimate your bee to make it up here in the area. So that's kind of like our little life goal. And we're gonna have bees right there next to the airport and near the town. But if 1 gallon of white vinegar 1 cup of table salt and 1 tablespoon of Dawn dish soap will give you a gallon spray that will be bee friendly. Because the stuff that they're using has this, I'll give you a piece of paper on it, has that in it, and it's killing the honeybees. So I didn't know if we could make, I'm gonna ask the village too, but if we could just try to convert what we use for our Roundup to a more eco-friendly product, that it would help us overall. Okay. I was wondering also the cleanup, is there a way we can do like a cleanup voucher, and instead of like even a period, which I'm really, that lengthy month is very grateful, but like one a year? Or some people do fall cleanup and some people do spring cleanup, and like maybe it would spread it out throughout the year more and wouldn't be so bad at a certain area. But I was just thought that would be something to look at. Does the town, now that we've hired H3 Design for a 2-year contract, does the village have to pay a percentage of that expense? Or if so, what is the percentage? Or is that just a town expense for the app?
We're not sure yet.
Okay, if us as a motel, like if we wanted to have your app on our website, will there be a small fee for us to get your app on our website? Or other local businesses that want, for like a hotel,
No.
motel would be nice for me to give
No.
my clients that app when they arrive, or, okay, those were my comments.
Great.
May I give you that information,
Sure.
Frank? Okay. Thank you.
Gina, we were just saying, we would build a shareable code for all our businesses to be able to promote
Yeah,
that.
you would hope so, yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
All righty. Nobody else? Should we go into executive?
Make a motion to go into executive session for personnel reasons.
Second.
Those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstentions, so carried.
Is that very, certain